Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sesh. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all. Oh my god, you guys. Welcome back to another cute little amazing episode of Smoke Sesh. I'm so excited to be back with you guys, hanging out, lighting up, having a good time. We got a new little angle here for you guys. I moved my living room around a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I kind of like this chair here. I like the vibe. I like the sunlight. I got my little poster, my little pink, got my little plant. How cute. This chair will probably be back in front of the fireplace next week, so don't worry if that's your favorite thing to watch. Apologies. Listen, a little change is necessary sometimes, but I hope you guys have been having a wonderful week. I hope it's been treating you well. I hope you've been enjoying life and getting outside, and oh my god. I It's so funny when you put things into the universe. The universe is like, okay, well, do it, bitch. You said you were gonna do it, so why are we not doing it? So funny how she's like, I'm gonna make it happen for you. You said you wanted it, let's make it happen. Because I've talked about this before, but one of my spring goals was to really go on more walks, to be outside more. I just wanted to kind of take advantage of the warm weather and nature and fresh air. And I put that out into the universe. And then my parents were like, oh, yeah, you're watching the house and our dog. And then I was going on about 3 hour walks every single day because I would take her on an hour walk in the morning, hour walk afternoon, hour walk in the evening whenever I get off work. Like, the universe said, oh, you want to go on walks? Okay, we'll make sure that happens. We're gonna make sure that happens for you. So thank you, universe, for being on my side. I did that. Was it hard? Yes. But also, was it kind of the necessary push start I needed to start doing that more often? Yes, because they got home Tuesday, Monday night. So I haven't watched her for 2 days, which means I have not gone on a walk in 2 days, and my body is stir crazy. I'm like, I need to get out of this fucking house. I need to get outside. It's bright and sunny out. I need to be out there with the people. So that was a necessary change I needed in my life. Thank you, universe, for directly manifesting that. I must be so powerful, amazing, beautiful. But I've really been craving a walk recently. So happy Thursday. It's sunny, it's bright, it's beautiful. Roll yourself a little joint, get outside. That's your one piece of homework for today. If it's nice. If it's 45 degrees, bundle up. The sunshine will help you keep warm. I am hoping you guys like these new hoodies. I went through about 4 or 5 different iterations of this hoodie. I tried it. Oh my god, I can't spread it out. Anyways, it says, I put the hot and psychotic. These are the new hoodies I am dropping. Not me already planning the next hoodie too, but these are the new hoodies I'm going to be adding to the website, along with a small little update on the Got Weed baby tees I wore last week. I'm hoping to do a full restock, keep them in stock, up on 420, along with a new hoodie. And I just like making fun shirts and fun things because this is something that I have wanted. I have been wanting like a fun graphic black hoodie, and I couldn't find one. So babes, you gotta make it happen. When you want it, you gotta make it happen. And these say, I put the hot and psychotic. They're so cute, they're so comfy, and perfect for letting the people know, for getting outside, for going on a walk, for a girl's trip perhaps. I just love a cute little fun funky tee. Even my manager at work was like, I need one of those. That is adorable. That is hilarious. But yeah, I have so many more fun things planned. One of the big goals I've had as a creative, speaking of wanting things to happen and making them a reality. I have always wanted to like make things and not sell them. That's not really something that I mean, of course, would love to, but that's not like why I'm doing these things. I think a lot of people do things as a cash grab. But I have really wanted to, as a creative adult, is to not only put things out into the world that I enjoy, whether it's a art piece, an art performance. I feel like this podcast is an art performance in a sense. You know, literally I'm recording myself once a week for the past 3 years, and I'll probably be doing this for forever. Like, so much content of me will be out there and will be existing forever, which is so interesting because I've been able to see myself grow through this. And now that it's through a visual aspect, will be so interesting from like a performance art stand, like understanding. Ugh, not my art school like nerdiness coming out, but I've also wanted to just work on kind of like a brand, and not my brand personally. I'm not worried about my identity, but more so like a well-rounded understanding of like a brand. I've always thought brands were so interesting. I love a CEO girl boss. I think that is so interesting to me, whether it's like a fine artist who makes a brand out of her huge amazing paintings or performance artists, or maybe just like a brand as in somebody you shop through. I just find that stuff so interesting and always have. So it's been a big goal of mine, and I will always keep making fun things for you guys to enjoy and for you guys to wear or use or utilize, because it's something that I have always wanted to do, and I'm making this for myself. So hopefully that love translates, and not only will I love it, but you will love it as well. But these were just something fun and silly that I wanted to create. I've been working on this since probably October. I know you're like, girl, it took you that long to put lettering on a hoodie, but it's like I gotta find the perfect hoodie, I gotta find the perfect font, the perfect color, the perfect applique, and it is all a process. So we finally made it here, and I will be rocking this all spring. But yeah, I love you guys. These will be up on Friday, coming up very soon, but I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you can have a little giggle about how crazy we are, along with me, because listen, what's it all for if we can't have a little laugh? Am I right? Am I right? Anyways, with that being said, talk about manifestation, let's get into some questions. Haha. How to escape dick psychosis. Very real phenomenon. Talked about this last week. Dick psychosis is literally just you being too infatuated with somebody simply because they fucked you good. Real phenomenon. A lot of losers can fuck well, unfortunately. And you get attached really quickly. People who say sex is just surface level, sex is just, oh, it means nothing, blah, blah, blah. Like casual sex realness, you know, you can go out there, have fun, be safe. Okay? But people who are like, oh, I don't feel anything from sex, I'm like, I'm scared. I'm scared right now. What do you mean? Sex is all feeling. Okay. So, of course, if someone dicks you down well, you're going to attach feelings to them. It's natural, baby. Okay. Don't think too much about it. Natural process, though. You're physically connecting, you're emotionally connecting, you're feeling a little bit of love. Of course, you're going to develop a slight bit of dick psychosis. It's the best when you can develop it with a good man, with a relationship, with somebody who loves and cares for you. But it sucks when you develop dick psychosis for a loser. Okay? That's when we start having some problems. That's when the rose-colored glasses come on and you're like, he's amazing. And it's like, girl, he doesn't have a job. He lives with his mom. And he's 32. That's not from personal experience. Thank God. But yeah, no. The only way to kind of escape this psychosis in a sense is literally to there's other fish in the sea, babe. Okay. You can always just go get a different dick. You can always go just try a new one on for size. If you really are like, dealing with it so deeply to a man who you should not be connected to in any sort of sense, go get connected to another one. Dare I say it. There are other fish in the sea. There are other better fish in the sea. Find someone else who will maybe treat you right and dick you down well. That's the perfect combo. My God. Also, I think celibacy is a great option. Not the options going two very, very fucking different directions. It really just depends on how you approach situations and what is truly best for you. Okay. But the craziest women and the most attached women I know are all celibate now. They're all like, I'm good. I know how fucking insane I get and how quickly it happens. And to save not only myself, but also everybody else around me, I'm just not going to affiliate myself with that. Like, we just aren't going to get attached. We're not gonna do any of that. We're just gonna focus on ourselves. Also, a fantastic way of escaping that. Listen, you're gonna have some withdrawals. You're gonna have some dark times. That's okay. That's a part of breaking any sort of addiction, especially a physical one. But once you realize you can rely more on yourself than anybody else and you kind of build up that internal self-trust, it takes a lot to break that. And then you have to start thinking, like, is it worth breaking the celibacy over this man? Is he really that good? Do I really think he's going to dick me down that good? Is he really taking care of me well? And it makes you think through all those steps before you kind of just like, oh, fuck it, jump right in. Makes you think through things a little bit more, which, especially if you find yourself getting attached really quickly, is good sometimes. So, okay, someone asked, what are my ins and outs for spring? Okay, ins, lots of plants. Ins, baby pink. Ins, plaids. I've been loving a plaid recently, in any sort of form. Hopefully we can break out those bikinis soon, but I feel like that's more of a summer thing. I'm at least pulling my bikinis out of my closet and maybe looking at new ones. Shout out Sydney Mary Bikini. Love her endlessly. You want a bikini that is going to last you forever. That's handmade. That's worth the money. That's one of a kind. Sydney Mary Bikinis. I literally live all summer in my Sydney Mary Bikinis. And spring, hopefully, if it freaking warms up. Ins, walks. Ins, sparkling water, green teas. What are my outs? I don't know. Outs are, I was about to say fur coats, but I still love a fur coat. Outs is mob wife aesthetic. Just wear a fur coat in peace, okay? Just no need to label it. Out, mob wife aesthetic. Out. Honestly, I feel like everything's in this spring. I hate to say that, but I think spring is all about renewal and getting to know yourself a little bit and unveiling the new version of yourself. Rebirth, things are blooming, okay? So spring is a great time for everything to be in. I'll probably have outs by summer, but spring is all about like newness, trying new things. Like put yourself out there, girl. Go to that party, go to that club, go to that concert, enjoy life. Outs are nothing. Ins are everything. But yeah. Fresh bouquets. White linens. What else comes to mind? Like, I want to pull up my Pinterest pic. Toasts. Fresh jam. Making your own jam. That's an in. Berry picking. It's finally berry season, babes. So white tank tops. No bras. Always. Yellow, I think, is a big in. Baking at home. What else? Weddings are really in right now. Babies are really in right now. That's scary. Everybody around me is getting pregnant. I don't know what's in the air. Keep it away from me. Shout out to my girlies who are getting pregnant. Love you. But universe, hear me clearly when I say keep away. My IUD better be working overtime. I paid good money for her. She better do her work. Safe to say. But for me personally, outs babies. That's the only thing this spring. Ooh, someone said, girl, the Mario Badescu drying lotion. Yes. And the bread hair oil has changed my life. I love you so much, queen. Those are the two things I've really been using recently. A, because a week after my period, I just start breaking out like crazy. It's not the week before and it's not during, it's like the week after. So the best thing to do when you get like cystic acne or any sort of acne that you maybe want to pick at and touch is the Mario Badescu drying lotion. I was anti Mario Badescu for long time a long time, but as a chronic acne girly, I have to admit when I'm wrong and when something actually works for me. And the star pimple patches, listen, great, cute, fun, looks better. But if you want something to really work and to dry up that pimple and to really get rid of it, especially redness and swelling, the Mario Badescu drying lotion is fantastic. I'm pretty sure it's just calamine lotion. So if you want a cheaper alternative, just use that. But whatever is in that, fantastic, love. And then the bread hair oil, whew, my hair's been really dry. I've been straightening it a lot and it has been very sad. But I'm really just trying to not cut it and grow it out as long as I possibly can. In for this spring, I was going to say long hair, but I love a pixie cut. You know, not for me. My head's way too big, but love a pixie cut on the right girl. You know what I mean? So long hair in for me personally. But oiling your hair is so important, especially if you use product a lot, if you use heat. The most universal hair oil that I think is good for any sort of occasion has been the bread hair oil. And it's great for all hair types. Tips for staying in your routine. I can never stick to mine. I've never been a routine girly. Help. I go through phases. The more stable I've become in life, the more I've enjoyed my routine, which is why I think there has to be some sort of correlation there. You know, the more I know what to expect, you know, keep things fun and have change. But the more I know what to expect on a very simple daily level, the more structured my life has become and the more I've been able to focus on the small things as well as the big things instead of just having to focus on one. But I do love a chaos era. I do have to say, I love a chaos era when you just wake up and you're like, I have no clue what to do. Everything is an option. I have so many options. I have no idea what to do. And I can do anything. There's something so freeing about that. That's how I lived from the ages of like 17 to 21. 21 is when I finally was like, okay, girl. But we were going through a pandemic. I just got to college, girl. The world was my oyster. There was so much to do. I was getting stimulus checks every day. I was like, shit. Well, what do we want to do? You know, are we doing art? What are we doing? And there was some peace in that, but then I had to return to the real world and I found out routine is very important, especially for a brain that's an overthinker. If you're somebody who just gets it, girl, you're on the right path naturally. You were born that way, then maybe you don't need routine as much. But as a constant chaos queen, I need routine. I need to know what's coming. As a overthinker, and I think too much, the less I can make myself think about the simple things, the better. So routine is important to me. But if you feel like it'll be good to you, you just can't stick to it. I think you really got to start with the small things. Don't start big. Don't try and change your life overnight. I mean, you can if you're good at accomplishing big things. I'm not. I got to start small and do it one piece at a time until it's all done. So start with one thing. Maybe it's like, I'm going to start with the way I wake up. Maybe that's too hard. We'll do that last. Okay, I'm going to start with the way I go to bed. I'm going to start with what I do directly after work. I'm going to start with implementing one new task to my weekly routine. Not even daily, like just one thing to add into the week. Like start very small and then work your way up, and soon you'll be able to stack all those little tasks, all those little things up and be able to build your perfect routine. I do think a great way to start, just without having to do anything, kind of having to do something. Our actual Sunday journal prompts on the Patreon were about kind of getting to know yourself and building that dream life. And a huge part of doing so and understanding where you want to go is scripting. For me personally, scripting is not only a manifestation technique, but also a great way to kind of just check in with your brain and check in with your past self, your present self, and your future self, and understand where you want to go. But Simple things such as scripting what you want your perfect daily routine to look like from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed with as much detail as possible. Great manifestation tool, great scripting technique. Another great one is like let's explore what your hobbies and weekly activities are of your dream self. What would that look like? The focus of your dream self? Where are you driven? What successes and accomplishments do you have? All writing this in extreme detail from a ideal version of your future self. What do you want to accomplish in this new chapter of life? Who do you want to become? What does she look like? How does she dress? And getting into as much detail as possible and allowing yourself to dream a little bit, especially during this Pisces season. This is a great time to do it. Kicking off Pisces season, talk about dreamers, talk about manifestors just naturally. Scripting is a great tool of just understanding where you want to go, so then you can build a game plan off of it and kind of just have more of an understanding of yourself. I love scripting. One of my favorite techniques, and this can be in your notes app, this can be in a journal, this can be in your brain, this can be talking out loud to yourself in the shower if you're crazy like me. Can look like anything. Just dedicate the time. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Someone said eyeliner tips you are serving. I don't have eyeliner on in this, but you've seen my eyeliner in the past, and my eyeliner skill comes from being a Taylor Swift fan starting at the ripe age of like 8 or 9. Girl, she was wearing winged eyeliner from the beginning. When you're a stan at an impressionable age, you learn how to do that winged eyeliner, and you learn quickly. I used to do my winged eyeliner in high school I would just have a tube of mascara, okay, that I stole from my mom that she didn't know I was wearing. I'd put my mascara on, and then I would use the end of the tip of the brush that kind of had like leftover mascara residue to smudge the corner of my eye, and then I would take my nail and I would and just cut it. Winged eyeliner. Like, we were working with nothing. So now that I've perfected it and I've become a little bit particular, I think the best winged eyeliner is always in a dark brown. I think black is a little bit too harsh. If you're going for like kind of a semi-natural vibe, if you want like that harsh black eyeliner, girl, go for it. But for an everyday wear, for me personally, I just love a dark brown, a light brown, and particularly the brand that I use is, hold on, let me find it. Okay, so this is so funny. The way I just Googled anime eyeliner, it's this brand called Heroine Make, Heroine Make, and it is the Kiss Me, all capital, one word, smooth liquid eyeliner, super keep waterproof. I use 03 brown black. It looks like this. Cute little blondie girl on there. I think it's like $11 on Amazon. I bought my last tube. It's like a fabric, or not fabric, it's like a brush tip, but it is rounded pretty well that the bristles never get out of place, and it's not the fabric ones that tend to ball up. I have used this. I think it's a Japanese brand, but I have been using this for a year, and I'm about to buy my next tube. Like, it has not run out. The bristles have not broken. It is fantastic. It is the best eyeliner. But yeah, being a Taylor Swift stan from a young age, I learned eyeliner quick. Okay, I learned it so quick. Also, a lot of people hating on Taylor Swift right now. Listen, I'm not like a stan. Like, I'll rep her. She's cool. Like, I support valid, because the things she has done and the way she's putting her money towards other people and the world and doing these performances and working fucking hard is inspiring. And I used to be a stan when I was younger. Literally, like, obsessed, went to so many tours. The things she does for young girls, Red tour, okay, second time I ever gone. First time going to a concert alone ever in my entire life. Me, my two best friends, we went to the Taylor Swift concert. My parents gifted me the tickets when I was I was probably like 12, I don't know, 6th grade, middle school. they can't afford a lot, you know. This is something that I really wanted, and they got me tickets and my friends tickets, and it was balcony seats. I was just happy to fucking be there. We got to the venue. We were so cute in our little cowboy boots and curled hair. And this random man approached us, and he's like, "Hey, can I talk to you guys?" And of course, immediately my brain's like, "No, get away from me. My parents taught me this. Don't try me. Get away from me." And my dumbass friend is like, yeah, okay, I'll follow you. She started following him, and I start panicking, and my other friend starts panicking, like, "Girl, what are you doing?" The man's like, "Hey, come here." He's like, "I have front row tickets for you guys." And we were like, no, 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 this is like a candy in a van situation. I don't want them. He's like, "No, literally, like, Taylor blocks off half of the front row, the very first row, and gives them away to people so they can experience front row without having to pay." We got front row tickets to Taylor Swift. Talk about, these tickets were probably $3,000 a piece. Three of them, me and my two best friends, 12 years old, front row at Taylor Swift. She grabs my hand during Love Story, sings to me. We get guitar picks for free. And she does that at every show. That's fucking insane. You're talking about emissions, valid. I hear that. But also, bitch, Jeff Bezos doesn't give a fuck about this country. Okay? Have you seen the sweatshops he's running? Have you seen the shit he's doing? Where is he giving back? Okay? Elon Musk. Where the fuck is he giving back? Billionaire. The most money in the world. And he's just hoarding it. Just looking at us and basically saying, "Fuck you, buy more things." Dare I say, at least she's adding to the community? Like, at least she's doing something. And I hate to say she's doing a lot, because I mean, she's working, but also, like, the hate that you have for Taylor Swift is simply because she's a woman. I have not listened to a new album since after Red. Like, I had that experience as a Swiftie, and I was like, nothing will ever top that. I'm good. I've had the Taylor Swift experience. I got a little dark, little emo. Taylor Swift just did not fit in with that. That's okay. Valid. But you can't deny that she's much better than some of the people around here. Okay. And all the hate that is coming to her is simply because she's a woman, and that frustrates me. And I will always stand up for her in that sort of sense. The cultiness, it's kind of a vibe, not gonna lie. Like, love when girls simply enjoy stuff. Like, maybe it's not something I particularly enjoy, but is it something I'm gonna shit on? No. Is she the worst of them out there? No. Is she the best? Meh, you know. But there are way worse people. Can we put our anger into an actual billionaire who needs to do something? Like, who needs to do something? Who needs to give back? Who needs to stop hoarding wealth? Let's be real. Taylor Swift's not the girl to be going after. Someone said, "How to apologize when you feel you may have dramatized the situation?" Yeah. I have definitely dramatized the situation a few times in my life. Okay. And the best thing to do whenever you are in that position where you finally, you know, the clouds part, you realize, "Oh shit, I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to throw that chair at him. I did not mean to jump out of a moving car. I did not mean to go off on that person that hard." The best thing you can do is to genuinely apologize. Sit down with them, explain, like, I know you know I'm wrong, but I need you to know that I know that I'm wrong and I'm sorry, and I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to take accountability, and I'm going to do better, and the promises I make I'm going to keep. Okay, if I say I'm going to do better, I'm actually going to do those things. If I say I'm not going to behave in this way, I'm actually going to do that thing. If I am genuinely sorry for something, that means I'm going to learn from this situation. But verbalizing that to somebody instead of just letting it pass over, I'm being like, "Get over it. Like, I'm over it. Why do you care?" Shows that you can take accountability for your life. You are capable of change, of understanding, and you truly want to be the best version of yourself for that person in your life that maybe had to go through that slightly traumatic emotional downfall you just had. So yeah, I say just apologize. And sometimes when you apologize, the first thing isn't going to stick. Okay, sometimes they're still going to hold a grudge. If you truly love that person, you're going to keep working at it, being the best version you can be, apologizing as many times as it possibly takes. Someone said, what is your most controversial conspiracy? I truly believe that the earth is flat. I'm joking. Don't click off of this. Could you imagine if I was just on here like saying all these things and then you're like, wow, she's so smart, and then I turn around and I look at you and I'm like, no, but the earth's flat, and you just have to like rethink everything about me? I definitely have had those experiences with some people in my life where like I'm like, wow, they're great, and then they say some shit to me and I'm just like, what the fuck did you just say? You truly believe that? Why did I put any trust into you? I don't really have any controversial conspiracies. Okay? I believe in facts and science. Oh, someone said it was my birthday last week and I spent it listening to the pod. I love you. Happiest of birthdays. I hope you had the best birthday ever. I hope I was able to make you laugh and giggle, maybe do some introspection. But some of my favorite days that I have are also the days where I get to be a little parasocial with the people I follow and listen to a podcast and just immerse myself into like maybe just doing nothing. Sometimes those are the best days. So if that's what your day was like and that's what you wanted, I'm so happy for you. I hope I could make you smile and laugh. Someone said, sometimes I think my friends don't like me. Is it overthinking / anxiety? I like to say most of the time it is. It is overthinking and anxiety. Usually when people don't like other people, they don't keep surrounding themselves with those people. Does that make sense? You know, like that's the normal human fucking thing to do. I feel like that's the natural reaction, is if you don't like somebody, you don't have them around you. Of course, sometimes you have to interact with people you don't like, but you don't bring them into your close friend circles. You don't do any of that sort of thing. So find peace in that. But also, I have been caught in the crossfire where I was like, oh no, this person didn't like me, but kept me around for some reason. And why the fuck did I not realize sooner? And I think the best thing you can do for your mental health is just assume they like you. I mean, of course, assume it's overthinking until something it like shows itself to you. Assume good things usually until the universe makes it clear, and then take that sign for what it is and do what you need to do. Because I got into a situation with some friends of mine back when I was in college. This is like the only time I've ever had a friendship breakup ever in my entire life, like a dramatic one. Most of my friends I have kept around me since we were babies, like infant toddlers. They've been like lifelong friends of mine. I love developing friendship. I love having friends. I love being a good friend to somebody is something that I pride myself on, and just being able to have a good time with somebody. So I like to think I'm a good friend, but I found myself in a situation like this in college, where it was like I just kept, assuming the best until it was made very clear. I was rooming with these girls, and the other girls were great, but I think one of them maybe was the ringleader and looped them into kind of like backstabbing me in a sort of sense. I know you guys have heard this story before, unless you're a new viewer, but they they essentially took what was supposed to be a really, really important day for me and turned it upside down intentionally, and made sure I knew it was intentionally. And when that happened, I was like, okay, I gave you the chance to do better. I gave you peace of mind, or I gave myself peace of mind. I gave you an opportunity to kind of build this friendship back up, and you just made it very clear to me that this was something that's not important to you, and in fact you hurt me very deeply, and you are not sorry. And as a friend, unfortunately, I need to remove myself from this equation for my own mental health and for everybody's, quite frankly, before I start losing my shit on everybody here. But 9 times out of 10 it's overthinking. 9 times out of 10 you're just like, why didn't they text me? Maybe I'm a little lonely. Maybe I'm taking it out on my friend. Maybe they did something without me and I'm feeling a little put aside, even though it wasn't that way at all. I'm just overthinking a little bit. Or maybe I want to spend more time with them and I'm a little jealous. Usually 9 times out of 10 it's I'm just overthinking the situation. We're going to hang out in a couple days and things are going to be great. But there is that, you know, 1 out of 10 chance that maybe it is something a little deeper. And I say, have peace of mind, give opportunity until it is made clear. And once you get dogged over, once someone fucks you over, do not give them a second opportunity to do so. Of course, I think apologies can be taken and people can apologize for what they've done and people can take accountability for what they've done and try to make change. And I respect that. And I will always, always, always offer an opportunity for that. But if they do not seem sorry or interested in changing at all, I say do what's best for you and remove yourself from the situation. You deserve people around you that love you, that support you, that uplift you. Speaking of, well, not really speaking of, this is funny. Someone said, dump my boyfriend at the end of November and currently living in Colorado. Heart emoji, hand heart emoji, happy vibes. I love the random, like, messages I get when one of you guys finally break up with your boyfriend and you're like, I should have done that months ago. I'm so happy. Like, wow, life is great. I'm like, yes, I love it. I love it. Also, I'm sorry I haven't done any call-ins recently. It's because by the time I get to call-ins, I usually record call-ins at the end and then edit them in wherever I feel like they go. And my camera has been dying right when I'm about to record some call-ins. So I actually want to include a few more than usual today, see how many I can get to. So let's get into a few of those and then maybe get back into some more questions.
Hi, Hannah. My name's Savannah. I've been listening to you for about 2 years, I'd say now. I think you give really good advice on especially mental health, coming from a inpatient psych nurse of about 2 years now.
Oh my
My
God.
question to you is, I've been dating my boyfriend for about 1.5 years now, and we live together. When it comes to arguing, he tends to escalate and yell and put me down in some instances. And I've addressed this with him and told him, it's not okay and I shouldn't have to deal with it. And he takes accountability for it and says that, he's going to do the things to change. But my question to you is, when should you take it at face value and see it as a red flag and a pattern? Or should you be more willing to, see the growth and the change if they decide to? And when should you hang it up? Thanks. Love you. Bye.
Okay. Not me getting the psych ward nurse stamp of approval. Okay. Love you. Also, thank you for all you do. We need more nurses out there who are a little bit more understanding to mental health crises. I think a lot of people going through mental health crises do not get the support that they deserve, especially from some healthcare providers. So I am so happy that you're working in that field, and I hope you're brightening their day as much as you can, while also trying to stay sane yourself. But when it comes to disrespect in a relationship, is I used to tolerate a lot, and now I don't tolerate it at all. Kind of in the same way of like a bad friend, where it's like if they show you who they are, you kind of give them less, or you don't give them a lot of grace. You get done wrong once, you allow them an opportunity to apologize, but if it keeps happening over and over and over again, that's when you need to start thinking like, hey, is this somebody who can really stick to their word? Is this somebody I can trust? Is this a behavior I want to keep around me? And depending on what the disrespect is, like if he just kind of, things get heated sometimes, maybe a little yelling, or maybe people go quiet. Like, I understand difficult communication is going to happen a little bit more often in relationships than not, whether it's friendship or personal. But if he is saying rude, disrespectful things, if he is putting you down, if he is kind of threatening you in that sort of way, or disrespecting you in that sort of way, I don't tolerate that whatsoever. As soon as you raise your voice to me, actually, that is disrespectful. You need to watch your tone. And I will say that. I will. Because if you don't make it clear what you allow in your life and what you don't, people are going to continually overstep that boundary. So, like, if he's coming up to you disrespectfully and you're just letting it happen, and then you're like, that's not okay, you can't do that again, and then it keeps happening and happening, that's you allowing it into your life. But if you're like, and I get a little dramatic in these situations because how dare you, quite frankly, why are you coming at me like that? I have never came at you in that sort of way ever in my entire life. But as soon as it happens, you need to stop that train of thought. You need to be like, no, you do not speak with me like that. Either you are leaving the situation, calming down, whatever it may be, or I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Sometimes you live together, cool. I'm going to for a drive. I don't care. I will not tolerate that. And the next time I leave, it'll be with my fucking bags. So watch your tone. Sometimes you gotta check people like that. It's okay to get a little aggressive back. It's okay to stand up for yourself. But I do not tolerate disrespect in a relationship at all. I actually just saw a TikTok video where it was like this girl was in New Orleans celebrating, and she found this drunk girl on the ground crying about her fiance left with a different girl to a bar, like left her in the street drunk. And this girl's like, girl, get up, give me your phone, let me call your man, like let me help you out as a woman, like you're down bad right now, let's figure this out together. And she's like sobbing crying, hoodie up. The other girl's like calling her man, like, where are you, let me figure out the street for you, like doing the communication. And as soon as that man finds that woman, he comes up to her and he goes, you dumb bitch. And the woman just takes it. She just allows that shit to happen. Whereas the other woman who's being protective over this woman is like, no, if you ever said shit to me like that, it would be a fight immediately. I do not tolerate disrespect. With standing up for this woman. And sometimes, especially if you find yourself to kind of, take things too much, sometimes you got to be that bad bitch picking yourself up out of the street and saying, no, I don't deserve this. If no one's going to stand up for me, at least I can stand up for myself, and I can make sure I settle for what is good for me. You don't always have to rely on what's in front of you. Sometimes you can go after what is truly good for you. And if you feel like you've been putting up with too much, if you feel like he's going to consistently disrespect you, if he says he's sorry but doesn't changes and doesn't actually do the work he needs to do, he's not sorry, he does not care. Fact of the matter. I don't know how deep it is. You sound like a very sweet, intelligent, amazing girl. And I don't know if you guys are arguing like that. I have been that girl in the street crying, so I know how overwhelming it can be. I can know how draining it can be to constantly have to put up with that. And to that I say, stand up for yourself. Do it. Like, don't get disrespectful back. I feel like that's kind of stooping to their level, but do not tolerate it. Cut that shit as soon as you hear it. And make sure they're sticking to their word. Make sure when they are sorry, they're actually sorry. They're actually apologizing. They're actually making change. Because if that's not happening, they know that simply saying sorry is enough. It's a little band-aid, and they can keep doing that behavior. And that's not allowed here. We don't allow that. We don't tolerate disrespect. Also, pro tip, if a man ever gets angry and he punches a wall in front of you or breaks something or like physically shows his anger to something in front of you, that is the biggest red flag in the world, and you need to run, because he's going to be doing that to you next. That's just like a safety tip. That's not even like that's like a literal legit safety tip. Like, if that ever happens to you as a woman, if a man ever breaks something in front of you, punches a wall, any sort of thing like that, get the fuck out of there immediately. At that point, I don't, like, for my own safety, I do not assume good ever. Anyways, next.
Hi, Hannah. Sorry if you can hear the plane that's like fucking sounded like it's about to crash on my campus, but anyways, it's my 21st birthday today, and we're having a really lovely day. I'm gonna go out tonight to get a really big margarita the size of my head, and I'm hoping to get so fucking sloppy that I don't want to wake up for class tomorrow. But I just want to say I love you. You're such an inspiration to me and the rest of the beautiful girls that listen. I'm currently figuring my shit out mentally, but you have helped me be able to self-regulate and understand my worth. And I love you. And yeah, bye.
That was so cute. Happy 21st birthday. I hope you got your marg in. You deserve it. I remember little 20-year-old Hannah, 21-year-old Hannah. Ow, my knees. I feel like I'm fucking 80-year-old Hannah right now. I remember when I was young and crazy and listen, you're probably doing better than me at 21. At 21, you're supposed to be a little insane, a little like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I feel the chaos in the air. And you're supposed to like embody it. Like, it's okay to make mistakes at this stage. It's okay to get a little too drunk every once in a while. It's okay to have fun. That's a really fun age. It is. I just had no care in the world. Well, I had way too many cares, which in turn turned into no care in the world. It was also during the pandemic, so I maybe was a little bit more free, less free, more free responsibility wise, less free restriction wise, as in you can't leave your house. But it was a fun age. I just had so much curiosity. There's also so much wisdom inside of me. I started doing this at 21, and there are just great things ahead of you. You're going to accomplish everything you want to accomplish. Just don't worry about it. Try everything. Have as much fun as you possibly can. Wear that cute going out top. Wear whatever you want. Express yourself however you want. Try as many new things as you can. That's the number one advice I give to anybody turning 21 is just take a hold of your life, grasp onto it, don't run away from it, and try to do as much as you possibly can. Talk to everybody that you can, make as many friends as you can, fall in love, fall out of love, fuck love, don't even pay attention to love. Like, do whatever you want, because it won't last forever. So take advantage. Of course, you gotta go to school, you gotta do whatever you gotta do, but like, I miss being in school and having that be my only worry in the world. Of course, things start adding up. Don't get scared. It's not that scary. You'll figure it out along the way. But for now, focus on having fun. Happy birthday.
Hi, Hannah. So excited to be talking to you. I just kind of wanted to discuss the subject of self-confidence and comparing yourself. I wouldn't say I have low self-confidence. Like, I don't look in the mirror and, like, hate on myself or anything. But it's more so, I just think other girls are so pretty. Like, whenever a girl walks into the room, I just feel like I can really deeply appreciate her own unique beauty. But then when I look in the mirror, I just don't see anything. Like, I don't have a second thought about it. I don't know. I just don't appreciate my beauty in that way. I can't see anything in that way, like how I see it in other people. So let me know your thoughts or tips. Thanks. Love you.
I love you, and I actually love this question. This is something that I have dealt with or I dealt with more so in my young 20s. I'm pretty confident in who I am now and comfortable in who I am now. One, I do think it comes with time and simply getting to know yourself better, getting to understand yourself better, building trust in yourself as you grow and progress, and that simply only comes with time. I also think this confidence will develop when you realize another woman's beauty does not take away from your own. You can look at that beautiful girl walking into the room and understand she is valid and beautiful and who she is, but so are you. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to own space just as much as she does. This isn't necessarily my fault. I think this is a society fault. Like, every time you pick up a People magazine, it's who wore it better? Oh, her at 20 versus her at 80. Which girl looks prettier on the red carpet? And that's like a very unhealthy mindset to develop, to always be in competition with other women. Women are not in competition of each other. We are always allowed to take up space no matter who we are. We are allowed to express ourselves no matter who we are. All of that is valid. So understand that you can appreciate something while also holding appreciation for yourself. There's room here for you too. I think with that mindset, that really helped my relationship with not only myself but also other women when I was younger and a little bit more insecure, especially when I was in my comparison mindset, when I was always comparing, oh, me versus her. What am I wearing? What is she wearing? How is she expressing herself? Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I don't have that body shape. Like, who cares? We're all different, and that's what makes us beautiful. So appreciate that while also appreciating yourself. When you walk through an art museum, you don't look at one painting and compare it to the one next to it. No, you appreciate this painting, you walk to the next, you appreciate that one, you walk to the next, you appreciate. They are all worthy of space. You're all worthy of a frame. You're all worthy of space at the art museum, metaphorically. But When it comes to confidence and just like simply having that in yourself and building that within yourself, and being able to appreciate yourself the same way you appreciate maybe other women and their accomplishments and their beauty, is understand that, like, of course we spend so much time with ourselves, so it's easier to nitpick on the small things, and appreciating yourself and seeing the beauty in yourself might have to become a daily practice in order to kind of retrain that state of thinking and retrain just being used to your body. Of course, I think there is there's some niceness in having comfortability in your body and being used to it, but also that can be a little scary, and the overthinking can take a toll on you at sometimes. So offer yourself some forgiveness and grace in that sort of sense, but also when it comes to building it in yourself, I'm thinking back like on 21-year-old Hannah again, and I had like no idea who I was in the sense of like self-expression, and it made me be a little bit more critical internally because I wasn't pulling it off, or like, she wore it, so why don't I look good, or those like negative thought patterns of just comparison. And that's because I was trying to be all these other people. Oh, she wore it, I need to wear it the exact same way she did. Oh, she dyed her hair this color, now I need to do it. Oh, well, she pulled it off, why can't I? Well, she has that body shape, why don't I? And I had to stop the comparison mindset, and I had to stop the wanting to be somebody other than myself and simply learn to be myself. I think through kind of figuring out how I want to dress, how I want to do my hair, how I want to do my makeup, really honing in on the small things that bring me joy when it comes to appearance, really focusing on, especially with body, like a healthy way of moving it rather than a unhealthy way, such as not focusing on it, not moving my body, not connecting with my body, to healthily connecting with my body through what is even like stretch or Pilates, just simple movement, going on a walk, healthily connecting to it in that sort of way, while also learning how to self-express. That skyrocketed my confidence. When I was trying to put on a facade, I was trying to be like all the other girls, I was trying to see myself as a version of myself that I simply wasn't, force myself into a box that I didn't fit in, I felt the most uncomfortable, the most insecure. I look back on pictures of old Hannah, and of course there is some personality in there, but the way it's grown and blossomed, like, I just like literally was looking at my old Instagram posts, and the way it's grown and blossomed is so beautiful. And I'm so excited about the person I've become today, and I can't wait to grow up and be who I'm going to be in the future. But I think that sense of security and that sense of self-development and figuring out my identity simply came from inward perspective rather than outward perspective. Stop the comparison with other people and start the comparison with myself. Okay, well, this is who I was yesterday, but who do I want to be tomorrow? How do I want to develop tomorrow? Who do I want to become? What is this next phase in my life going to look like? Let's build some inspiration that I truly pull from, that truly connects to me. Let's build a wardrobe that truly connects to me. Let's do my hair how I truly want it to look. Like, really focusing on who I wanted to become and stopping the outside comparison of me versus other people, and instead it's me versus who I can possibly become. That's how I have kind of really developed my identity and my confidence so fast. You can really be anybody you want. You can develop into any person you want. You can do anything you set your mind to. It really is all just about kind of how you go about it. And I think from the most positive place is going to get you the furthest. But also build trust in yourself, building your identity within yourself, and less so on the outward experience, more so on the inward identity. Did that make any sort of sense? The weed is really kicking in. My brain is like, she's like a river today. She's going wherever she wants. What should and should you not talk about on the first date? Ooh. save your traumas and stuff like that for the second, third, fourth date, okay? First date, very surface level. What do you want? What do I want? Does it fit together? Do we have any sort of chemistry here? Can we have a conversation? Do we have the same ideals? That's what first dates are about. Can we have fun together? Okay. Can we share a laugh? Can you make me giggle? Can you make me feel good about myself? Give and take. Can we have a conversation? Maybe talk about your childhood, how you grew up. Maybe talk about morals that you have. Maybe talk about what you want your future dating life to look like. And you're probably like, whoa, Hannah, these are big topics. Like, I can't bring that up on the first date. But if he's scared of those questions on the first fucking date, he's not taking you seriously. He's not taking a relationship seriously. So, like, if you want to take a relationship seriously and you want to build a real relationship with people, you're going to have those conversations every once in a while, believe it or not. And the best way to really figure out what the fuck is going on, and if you have any compatibility, and if you will even in the future, or if this relationship is going to go anywhere, you might as well just ask it on the first date. Second to third date, then you can talk about like trauma. Here's how I'm crazy. Here's my past relationships. Like, save those. Let's just rip the band-aid off. Let's figure out what the fuck you want with me, and let's figure out if we have any chemistry here and if the sex will be good. But anyways, I love you guys so much. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. I had a blast with you guys today. Remember to follow me on Instagram at Hannah Marlene to get hoodie, to see what I'm up to. And follow the Patreon or patreon.com/smokesashotty for any extra content. If you want to hang out with me a little bit more, I'll be posting a little bit more on there. I think I'm going to do a mukbang today. So I'll let you know, and I'll see you there. Thank you for submitting your questions. Thank you for being you. I love you so much. And I will see you all next week. Mwah. Hey, hotties. Sorry for the audio jump scare. Editor Hannah jumping up on here to kind of complete some thoughts, some sentences perhaps. My God, girl. You know when you cry and it feels like you've cried out all of your brain cells as well? You're just like empty-headed and pretty. That's me right now. Anyways, I have had a day, safe to say, literally a day personally handed to me from God himself to test my will and strength to live. And you know what? We've made it out on top. We are here. Thank you to the angel that works at Apple. And after being on the phone with a man for 4 hours, she answered the call and she simply told me, well, why don't you log out and log back in? And that fixed every single one of my problems. I hope you have an amazing day. Also, another reason why I don't take advice from men, because what do you mean I need to delete my whole computer and download some weird sketchy thing that you want me to download? No, I like her. Log out, log back in. Anyways, the whole point of this is me talking about the hoodie drops. I believe hoodies will be dropping Saturday morning. That is the goal. Once again, life does not always go as we plan or expect, so follow the Instagram just to see when I post about them, to have the link to be able to purchase there. Not only will I be dropping hoodies, but I will be dropping a small limited restock of the Rhinestone Gottweed baby tees. I'm doing a full long-term restock of those in April, so if you missed out, don't worry. There'll be more colors, more of them, but I have some left over and I wanted to list those as well. I love you all so much. Thank you for supporting me. I hope you have an amazing day. Pisces season. Let those emotions out. Have a cry if you need to. Don't let your emotions control you. You will get through that problem. I promise you. You will come out on top. Anyways, my Patreon girlies. Couldn't forget you. Love you so much. Oh my God, did you guys see those hearts? That's how much I love you. I'll be doing a hoodie giveaway for my Patreon girlies. For all tiers, for all the girlies, I'll be doing a giveaway sometime this weekend. So if you want to apply for that as a part of the Patreon, come join us. Have some fun. And anyways, yeah, love you. Have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you on Tuesday. Mwah.